Day number 1 of Chicago Bears training camp is in the books, and QB Justin Fields and the Bears offense had a great day today, according to all reports. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears training camp update video, which I'll be doing every single day of training camp. So if you guys want my thoughts, my views, my reactions to training camp news going on every day, definitely be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm not going to be at training camp every single day, obviously, because this is not my full-time job. I'm not a member of the media, unfortunately, so I'm only going to be there like a few days, but I'll be compiling all the reports from media members on Twitter, media members from other sources, and kind of putting it all into a concise video for you guys to digest at the end of each day if you don't have the time to be on social media or do other things, watch podcasts and all that. So it's going to be a short little video at the end of each day, just going over the training camp news and kind of putting it into like a bite-sized video for you guys, which I've been doing for the past 4 years now, and you guys love this series every single year, so I'm going to keep on doing it until you guys say to stop. But yeah, practice started today. I'm actually going to be at practice, by the way, tomorrow. So if you guys are going to practice tomorrow, if you see me, definitely be sure to say hi, say what's up. I'm not scary. I promise you guys can approach me, talk Bears football, snap a picture, whatever you guys want to do. It'd be fun to meet with you guys. But with all that being said, let's get into the video for today and what happened in practice today. And it actually was an indoors practice because it got canceled from being outside due to poor air quality, and also started raining super hard, during practice. So anyways, it would have been moved inside, but, they canceled it due to poor air quality at first, and the fans in attendance could not go to this practice, which really sucks for those guys because I think there were like 1,000+ fans that were invited, to this practice, which couldn't go. So it was only media members here. But getting into what actually happened, okay? So I have a lot of reports on QB Justin Fields, and it's a lot of good stuff, okay? Basically everybody had only good stuff to say about the Chicago Bears offense and QB Justin Fields. So according to Adam Hogue, he said that strong first day for Justin Fields, very few balls on the ground. The best play was a good deep ball to DJ Moore for a touchdown. Moore used his body perfectly to create space on Tyreek Stevenson, and Fields put it in the perfect spot. And there's video of this too, by the way, which I'll put on the screen right now if you guys didn't see it yet. And man, what a throw, what a play by Justin Fields. Okay, obviously DJ Moore getting past Tyreek Stevenson, that was a great play by him too, getting behind the rookie defender. But beautiful ball by Justin Fields. Okay, good amount of touch on it. Super accurate. And we know that Justin Fields is capable of doing stuff like that, okay, making throws like that, because his deep ball, man, has been on point, honestly, ever since he came into the NFL, okay? It's honestly been the short and intermediate throws that have sometimes been off, and just like reading guys down the field, which he can obviously improve on. But, today had a really good play to DJ Moore. Nicholas Morian also said that the play of the day, the same thing, the DJ Moore play, but he also said that as soon as Moore caught the ball, Lil Wayne's Go DJ was playing, and Moore scored during the lyrics, "That's my DJ." You can't make that up, man. I mean, that's perfect timing. The football gods, they definitely set that play up. I mean, the fact that we have DJ Moore to begin with is only because of the football gods somehow making the Texans win against the Colts in that Week 18 game. You guys have to remember, if that doesn't happen, we don't have DJ Moore right now because we don't have the #1 pick at that point, and Carolina probably doesn't give DJ Moore to only go up to pick number 2, right? So, man, I still cannot believe we actually have DJ Moore, and his connection with Justin Fields has been something to marvel at the entire offseason, okay? Ever since he's been inserted into this team in practices, he's been connecting with Fields nonstop from the very get-go, and it makes sense, right? Because DJ Moore is the type of receiver that goes down the field, he's speedy, he can separate, and Justin Fields loves his guys that can separate and go down the field and make, good catches for him, which he had at Ohio State. He hasn't had at the NFL level, too much besides for like Mooney, but he finally has a true #1 now in DJ Moore, and I do expect the passing offense to grow and explode, hopefully, because of that fact. And the head coach, Matt Eberflus, also had a lot of good things to say about Justin Fields' practice. He highlighted a few of Justin Fields' good throws from the practice. He mentioned the deep ball to Moore, obviously, a connection to Equanimeous St. Brown, and also a touchdown to Chase Claypool, which, by the way, good thing Chase Claypool is finally back practicing because he was actually on PUP list for like 1 day. So a lot of Bears fans freaked out that he wasn't going to be at practice for like a long time, but he ended up coming back from PUP after only 1 day. So I have no idea what that was about, but, Claypool is healthy going on. He also said that, he was pleased with the offense operation. He said typically you see mental errors on day 1, but it was clean today. Flus thought Fields threw the ball very, very well. And again, guys, it's only practice. So like whenever I make these videos, people are always like, it's only practice, who cares? But guys, last year during practice, I remember vividly during the first few practices, honestly, during the first few weeks of practice, training camp practice, the offense looked absolutely terrible, okay? And that was going up against the worst defense in the NFL. The Bears did not have a good defense last year, but still, the offense was missing easy plays. Justin Fields looked inaccurate sometimes. There was no chemistry, no cohesion whatsoever between the receivers and the quarterback. So, obviously, there was a reason for that, though, because we had some of the worst, playmakers in the NFL last year, and Justin Fields was going into year one of a brand new system. But this year, he's going into year two of the same exact system, having the same exact head coach and offensive play caller, which does make a big difference, being into the same system, not having to learn everything again, and also having good playmakers finally around him, okay? Having guys like DJ Moore that can adjust to the ball, come back to the ball, and make a good catch for you going down the field, okay? Those things make a world of difference. So I know we have to wait for the real games to actually crown Justin Fields in the Bears offense and say that anything got better from last year, because practice is only practice. You can only take so much away from practice, but it is a very, very good sign that at least compared to last year, they're looking much, much better at the beginning of camp, okay? And they're going to be looking much better, hopefully, throughout the next couple weeks and months as they get even more chemistry going on together. So great day from QB1, great day from the entire Bears offense. Everybody looked pretty good. But going to the next story of the day, I do want to talk about Cole Kmet's extension, okay? So if you guys missed it, tight end Cole Kmet actually signed a 4-year contract extension worth $50 million with $32.8 million guaranteed and $20 million in new first-year cash. And the cap hit per year for this deal is actually not even that bad. So I'll put the tweet on the screen right now. I think credit goes to Robert Schmitz for this tweet, but it's only, I don't have it in front of me right now, but I think it was like 6.5 million in the first year, and then like only around 11 million cap hit for every single year after that, which honestly, guys, for a borderline top 10 tight end that's only 24 years old, still has so much room to grow, that kind of seems like a steal, okay? And I don't want to say steal because that implies we robbed Cole Kmet, which I don't think that's the case. I think it was a fair deal for both sides. Cole Kmet got a lot of guaranteed money. We got a pretty low average annual value for, a tight end that still could be pretty decent, and at the very worst, could be like ranked 11th or 12th in the NFL. Okay, to pay him this much per year, which actually only ranks 9th in the NFL currently among all tight ends, and in a few years it's going to be ranking even lower because there's going to be more extensions handed out to guys like Kyle Pitts, other young tight ends that are going to make this number look even smaller. I really like that deal, okay? Everybody in the Bears locker room seems to love Cole Kmet. Justin Fields loves Cole Kmet. He's talked so much about how much he appreciates Kmet, and Kmet had a career year with Justin Fields at quarterback. He had 7 touchdowns, a crazy amount of touchdowns. I think that actually ranked 3rd or 4th among all tight ends in the NFL. He also had 544 receiving yards, a favorite target of Fields last year. Honestly, the only target he could rely on the entire year because everybody else was in and out of the lineup or just plain out bad. So I think it's a good thing for the Bears offense to keep a reliable tight end that's only 24 years old on this team for the foreseeable future. Okay, reward guys like this with extensions, and that's what Ryan Poles did, and honestly at a pretty decent rate. So love the deal. Welcome back, Cole Kmet, for 4 more years. Glad to have you back. But going to the next story then, I do want to talk about Darnell Mooney, another member of the 2020 draft class, just like Cole Kmet, who's also eligible for an extension, which I'm not sure if he's going to get that, just like Cole Kmet, because, the Bears obviously probably need to see him fully healthy, before that happens, and he's not fully healthy just yet. So I think when he, proves he's fully healthy, then an extension probably could happen. But right now, it's still kind of early, but there has been some good news on Mooney. So according to Adam Hogue, he said that Mooney did some 7-on-7 work today and looked pretty good, says he has full confidence in his ability to plant and separate, but appreciates that the Bears are being cautious with him. Whenever they let me out of this cage, I'm ready to go. And man, it's going to be big for this Bears offense to get Mooney back fully healthy, because we have seen in the past, like, he's been the only receiver that Justin Fields has had any sort of connection with or any sort of trust in during the last 2 years. Okay, Mooney did have 1K yards in 2021 with Justin Fields at quarterback, and the two have connected so often on deep shots, going down the field, on some intermediate routes, going, in the middle of the field, and they love each other, okay? They're basically best friends. They have been so far. So, if Mooney is fully back healthy, which I think he should be, right? I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I can't say if he's going to be 100% before the beginning of the season, but if he is 100%, then it's going to be a great thing for the Bears offense, okay, to get another dynamic weapon, field-stretching weapon for their quarterback. And again, I'm not sure if it's going to be extended before the season starts, but if he is fully healthy, I think it's possible, right? Because Ryan Poles has also praised Mooney a lot in the past, so we'll see if that actually ends up happening. But going to the next story of the day, I do want to talk about Chase Claypool then, okay? Another 2020 drafted player who was not drafted by the Bears but traded for by the Bears in 2022, and we already know how much people hate on that trade. You know, a lot of people are not a fan of that trade at this point in time because so far Claypool has shown, you know, nothing with the Bears, and we traded what ended up being pick number 32. But regardless, okay, Chase Claypool said today in the interview, in the post-practice interview, that this is the biggest year of my life, and I understand that. And if anybody thinks my work ethic isn't matched, then they're deeply mistaken. And this is in response to a lot of media members like Waddle and Sylvie, which I love their show, don't get me wrong, but they did say on their show that they heard rumors that Chase Claypool did not have a good work ethic and that the Bears were not happy with them, which I don't want to say that they're just making stuff up, because obviously who am I to say that, but everything we've heard from the Bears, from Justin Fields, from head coach Matt Eberflus, from Ryan Poles, has suggested the complete opposite in terms of Chase Claypool's lack of work ethic, okay? I don't think he has a work ethic problem. He obviously does go out and do stuff, like he went to, you know, a fashion show in Paris. He also did stuff in the UK, but who are we to judge this guy on what he does in his free time? Obviously, if he's playing good football and still staying in shape, which he has stayed in shape this offseason, he's fully healthy to play right now. There's no, you know, limitations on his participation in practice. Why do we care what he does in his free time? Okay, I think a lot of Bears fans, especially with the fashion show thing, like, you know, I saw people in my comments saying, oh, Chase Claypool is more interested in modeling than football. Like, what the heck are you guys talking about? Okay, do you guys not also do stuff in your free time aside from whatever your job is? Obviously, all of us do. So the only thing we should really be paying attention to in regards to Claypool is how he performs on the football field. And we have to give him at least that chance to prove himself on the football field if we are to be fair to this guy. You guys have to remember last year he came into an absolute shit show just like everybody else did, okay? Into a team that seemed to be openly tanking, you know, an offensive line that sucks, so we couldn't really pass the ball that much. He was learning a completely, you know, brand new playbook, and also he got injured last year as well. So this offseason obviously is going to be huge for him to shut up a lot of doubters, shut up a lot of people, and I'm rooting for him, okay? I'm honestly rooting that he can prove these people wrong, because it will be a great thing for the Bears offense to have a monster X receiver in the build of Calvin Johnson, which they do call this guy Mapletron. If he can finally live up to his full athletic abilities, it's going to be a crazy thing for the Bears offense, okay? To have a monster, tall, you know, physically imposing guy like that, because we don't have any other guys like that on the team in the build of Chase Claypool. So hopefully Chase Claypool does prove a lot of people wrong this year. But finally, going to the last story of the day, a bit of news on the edge rusher situation. The Bears have reportedly showed interest in both Justin Houston and Yannick Ngakoue. I'm not sure how true these rumors are, but I would believe them probably, because Ryan Poles has talked a lot in the past about wanting to address the edge rusher situation. He's just waiting for the right deal to be had, the right player to be had, and any of these guys I will be totally okay with, because either of them would improve the Bears' situation by a lot in regards to rushing the passer. Okay, both these guys had, I think both had double-digit sacks or close to double-digit sacks, and obviously, you know, Justin Houston is a lot older. He's 34, I want to say, or 33, so he's getting up there in age, but Justin Houston has had a connection with Poles in the past. You know, he was at Kansas City, and he played with Eberflus too in Indianapolis, so that would be a pretty good veteran ad, you know, a guy that could be a mentor to some of the younger guys and be a nice stopgap for 1 year while we, you know, hopefully draft the edge rusher of the future. And Yannick Ngakoue, I've wanted this guy from the very beginning of free agency, okay? I thought he would have been signed by now, but for some reason, I guess he's asking for too much money or whatever the case is. You know, he's not been signed yet, but I would still love to have him, because he's been a basically 10-plus sack player almost every single year of his career. He's very bad against the run, so he's not going to be a great run defender, but honestly, at this point, who cares, okay? You can put him on the field for only passing downs, which I know it's going to be very one-dimensional, but that's why you only sign him, you know, to a one-year deal, but you try to, again, draft the edge rusher of the future probably next year in the draft, okay? Right now, you can't be picky because you don't have that many options to begin with. So we'll see what the Bears do at the edge rusher spot. I do think some type of move is coming at some point, because we cannot roll into next season with only having what we have right now at the pass rusher spot, okay? It's going to be a recipe for disaster, because we don't have guys right now that can get to the quarterback. But that's it for the video, guys. I'll be back with another one tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave your comments down below. If you guys see me at training camp tomorrow, definitely be sure to say hi. But as always, guys, bear down.